Here we are once again, kitchen of Ariana's Restaurant. My man, Maggie on the camera, me here, all wound up, ready to go. So, we're gonna do pork. Now, in the world, we talk about ingredients. There's so many different ingredients out there, and for us, I really try to source out the special ingredients. Most people can buy the factory pork in the stores. I would never do that. I buy local pork, but now and then I bring in something special. And this is Iberico pork. This is from Spain. This is the pork loin. They call it the loma. And this marbling is just gorgeous. It's just beautiful stuff, and you rarely would see that in the pork around here. Again, Iberico is some of the best pork in the world. They feed it a 100% acorn diet. Now, it's also, just really quick, I don't want to start any trouble, but these days and age, pork can be served on the medium or medium side. Do not have to be cooked all the way through. The diet has changed. They're grain-fed or acorn-fed. There's no introduction of trichinosis into them, so they can be done. They do not have to be cooked well done. I would not do that with pork like this. Now, what we're going to do is a stir fry. I am a chef, and I want to just show you the best way to do a stir fry. You don't have to do all the steps, but it really makes it work if you do it in stages. First, we're going to sear off the pork a little bit, get some of the flavor juices of the pork in the pan. Then we're going to take the pork out, put in the peppers and onions, get them crispy, then put the pork back in, make the sauce really fast, because you want the stir fry to be quick, because you don't want to overcook the ingredients. Salt and pepper is what we're going to work with first. It's a little, again, our kosher salt, a little bit of my steak rib rub that I make. Just toss around a little bit, don't want to over season it. We're going to get the pan nice and hot. Just a nice little non-stick saute pan. It's going to be fast. I mean, stir fry is like saute. I mean, the idea when I say stir fry is to keep stirring while it's frying. The ingredients don't really stay there very long. When you work with a nice non-stick pan, we want to work with a plastic. I don't want to work with metal, stainless steel. I want to work with plastic because you don't want to scrape the Teflon covering off. Also, I mean, oil is fine, but since I'm here, I want to show off I have some duck fat. So this is pure duck fat. Duck fat has got great flavor to it. It's great to cook potatoes in duck fat. We always have some around for cooking. Certainly, if you don't have it, most Asian places will do a peanut oil. Peanut oil's got a really high burn temp. I don't do peanut oil in the restaurant just because of the allergies. We have a lot of different people come in here. Peanut allergies are one of the most severe, so I just do not cook with peanut oil at all. That's more of just, again, here at the restaurant, it's a better way to do it. At home, you might be able to. Here, the pork fat's going very nicely. I want to pour some off. We just need a little bit to coat the entire bottom of the pan. Get a little bit more back in there. And then when the pan's hot, we're going to put the pork in there. Again, very lightly seasoned. And I do want to hear some sound when the pork goes into it. You can do this with chicken. You can do this with shrimp. Okay. We're getting this sound in there. And this is going to take just a few seconds. I want to get it hot. And again, I'll put it back in the stove, but really it's just keeping it moving around some. I want to try and make sure each piece is a single layer. They're not stacked on top of each other. And we're looking at just a few seconds. So that way, what happens is vegetables take a little bit longer. And so if you put the pork and vegetables together, you'll overcook the pork by the time the vegetables are done. I just looked through here quickly. These couple pieces are not cooked on the one side, so I'm just going to turn them over just to get them a little finished, and then put them on the plate. Okay, just as quick as that. Now a little more duck fat to go in here. Again, this would be canola oil. Just a simple oil blend is also fine. Usually when you're doing this type of cooking, very high temperature, you want some of the better oils that don't have a low burn point. Or flash point is what we call it. Here again, do you want to season just a simple mixture of vegetables? I'm going to add a little garlic, but I'm going to add the garlic in after I add the vegetables. Because at the high temperature, we can burn the garlic. Garlic, we like the flavor of it. We don't mind browning it, but we do not want to burn it. Burnt garlic, we lose the flavor. So again, you hear the sound. The vegetables are going on there. Now the vegetables, we do want to get a little bit of color. And when you use the term caramelization, it's not really true because there's no sugar involved with the vegetables. And when it's called beef, it's just called Maillard reaction, where they get color on there here. But here, we want to get it crispy. And again, there's not a lot of oil in there. You don't like your sauce is really oily. It's just unpleasant. Quickly, because I'm going to finish this off fast, I have a couple different ingredients. I'm going to have a little bit of a chili sauce I'm going to put in there, a little bit of a sweet soy, pickle mayonnaise, a little bit of orange juice. Sort of my little sort of oriental mix. Pork is great and very open to lots of different flavors, but orange juice and apple cider are very common components that I use when I work with different pork dishes. Okay, so we're starting to get a little color on our vegetables. We're going to take a little bit of our garlic in there now, and stir it around, and keep moving, because again, especially when the pan's dry like this, it's easier to burn the garlic. We're starting to get the aroma coming out from the pan. So now I'm going to take my pork, put my pork back in there, and then we're going to quickly add our sauces. So here we go, we're going to add a little bit of the chili. Now this is called Pickup Manus. This is sweet soy, it's in Thailand. A little bit goes a long way, nice and thick. People say that Pickup Manus is the original ketchup, or the Americans got the idea of ketchup from Pickup Manus. Then a little bit of orange juice. So here I'm going to go a little bit more, because this is going to give us a little bit more saucy consistency. And then last thing is I have some ramen noodles. I'll just put a couple of ramen noodles in there. These are fresh ramen noodles I get, well, fresh frozen, not from a package. But once again, you have all those little ramen packages. I do not recommend the seasoning packages. They should be thrown away. But just get rid of them and just cook those ramen noodles off and incorporate them into different dishes. It's a great way to use them. They do have a fun texture, fun flavor. And now, just the noodles are fast enough to get cooked through. I just want to kind of get the noodles in there first and get the pork on top. And right there, we have got a stirred pork fry. And so, the actual cooking time is 2 to 3 minutes. It is fast. The key to anything, the key to really good cooking dough is have everything ready. The components ready. The pork is cut up, the vegetables are cut up, the noodles are pre-cooked, and the sauce is measured out. So boom, when we're here, everything's done in the pan and it's ready to go. So everyone hopefully enjoy a stir fry soup. Thank you so much and be well.